Crystal Palace 0, Man United 0, Marcel, Selhurst Park. How do you break that one down? Because there were elements of good football, chance creations, dominance, and then taking our eye off it a little bit and not doing so well in the second half.
Game of two halves, I think, definitely. I mean, and not in the traditional sense, more of a sense of, the first half there was a lot more impetus, and in the second half we tried to recreate that, but it just kind of died out. It was like we played at a good tempo, a good kind of pace in the first half, a lot of control of the game, and then, but just no goals, and that's the most important thing in football matches. And then second half, we tried to start more of the same. Ten Hag makes key changes to players, alongside Kobe, your three main controllers in Eriksen, Ahmad and Xerxes, who, there's players that want to put their foot on the ball and always make a safe pass and not risk the, like Bruno, for example, and Garnacho, who wants to always go direct or break lines and run away from the ball. Those three players want to come to the football and try and make safe passes usually. Ahmad takes on players as well as a lot, but you could just see the tempo of the game went. Maybe, the likes of an Eriksen gets a bit tired and you have to change him, but I wouldn't have done it. I think, Ten Hag should have really taken Bruno off, and you could see that from even the first half. Even though we were playing well, you looked at maybe Bruno to say, he's still giving away the ball.
Talk to me about the Bruno situation and how he played today, and how you're feeling about his performance today. Because I know, listen, you've always backed Bruno. He's one of your favourite players, if not your favourite player.
Yeah.
But it's not about favourites, just dissecting the game of what you saw. What did you make of his performance there?
Every time he gets the ball, trying the fancy flicks or, first time touches into space, they weren't working. The passes into space, clip passes through the lines, not very good. Got caught on the ball a lot of the times as well, especially in the second half. It was just a lot of and then the hoof balls as well, just randomly. They weren't connecting. And when he gets it right, it looks really good, or it sets a player free from their marker and we're running into space and we've got Man United shirts running, in the uphill. But, when it doesn't work, a couple of times in this game, counter-attacks going the other way and we're nearly conceding off the back of his wrist passing. So
is he scaring you? Like when he gets on the ball, because you're not sure what he's going to do and you just... Yeah, is Bruno scaring you?
Yeah, I mean, in the 10... And what it is in the 10 areas, it's so important to make the right decision. And when you don't make the right decision, you kind of, they've got an opportunity. They've got all their players in their half. So they can just start counter charges, the 70-yard runs, and there's like so many players that gives confidence to them. They've got loads of players charging down at our goal. I would rather him do it in the 6 or the 8 for us. Do those long passes out there. Pick out a long pass, Pirlo-esque, Scholes-esque. Do that there in the key moments when we really need you to retain the ball or make a definite, clean pass through the lines. It just doesn't do it enough, and it's been poor. It's been poor of late. But just on this 90 minutes in a row, it was just shocking. It was killing us every single time where we thought, okay, there's an opportunity to go forward now or to make the correct pass that will get us into that last third. He just wasn't doing it. So Ten Hag should have taken him off.
In terms of Ten Hag and the decisions that he made, the substitutions, there's been a lot of criticism towards those decisions because they didn't work.
Yeah. I mean, so I agree with what Ten Hag was trying to do. He's trying to, from 65 minutes on, he's trying to gamble and make positive substitutions that are going to affect the game. Rashford coming onto the football pitch is positive. Højlund is positive. It's a never forward. And the last one being Agate. Okay, it's energy that you're trying to bring, which hopefully gets us more forward. But it's just, you've taken off 3 footballers that, for me, when we talk about the elements of control, they're the ones that are kind of bringing that to the side. Eriksen's going to bring more control to the side. Ahmad, out of your wingers, is the one that's going to bring more control to the side. And Xerxes in the forward line, he doesn't play like a Vardy or a Rashford that wants to stretch the opposition uphill. He wants to come to you and play passes and play bounce passes. Eriksen, Ten Hag always said that with Marcel, that was our best. That's where we play our best football, like that type of player, a false 9, or people say 9.5. So, he was doing that very well. He doesn't shoot enough. Harry Kane plays a similar game in terms of always coming off the centre-backs and going into the midfield. But Harry Kane also manages to get 10 and 11 shots in a game. So that's maybe something that Xerxes needs to figure out, where he positions himself in the team and on the pitch. But connecting the play is brilliant. And when you take that off, it's like now we're playing long ball because there's no one trying to come closer to into the midfield area where we were kind of outnumbered at times 4v3, especially when their wingers come and play left attacking mid and right attacking mid. You had a box 4 there, but I don't know. Ten Hag made the wrong decisions, and that's why not that's why we lost the game. It's on the players as well. The first half, we created enough opportunities to win the football match. I mean, there's at least 2 in there for me. De Ligt's header, and maybe Bruno as well after the Garnacho try. I think he could maybe do a little bit better. I'm being harsh, but I think he could do a little bit better there.
Bruno, second half, outside the boot.
Oh, yeah. That's a clear cut. Well, not clear cut. It's just outside the box. But that's a range that I really fancy Bruno to score at from. But and again, Xerxes part of that. I don't know why Ten Hag made the wrong decision today in terms of the subs changed the flow of the game. We were losing energy though. With Eriksen, you're always going to lose energy. But why not take Bruno off, bring the energy on with Agate, and put Eriksen in the 10 against Barnsley? He was in the 10 and he was doing very well. Creating a lot of chances. I think he even played against Southampton. I think in the 6. But, he was playing well. So, bad decisions from Ten Hag. Rashford looked like, I think that's another, tally on the mark in terms of, is Rashford good?
Chances again. There's a lot of chances we created.
It's
like the first half.
Yeah. And seeing Rashford as a player that, can you make an impact off the bench? He doesn't look like that kind of player. It was taking him time to get into it. Against Barnsley, good game up front, but it was the whole 90 minutes. This game, it just took him long. Yeah. Could maybe.
I mean, because Bruno's good enough to do that outside the boot and find that corner. He tries to wrap his foot around it.
He's got a bit of time if he takes the touch.
Because he's rooted to the spot. Look, Henderson's not getting anywhere near it. He's just standing still. He's
worried about the unpushing player on the left side of him. Yeah, it was. We snatched at it a lot of the time. We were snatching at things. There was periods where we looked uncomfortable. Didn't look like we lost composure in the game. Ten Hag has set us up in the right way. Yeah, that's a crazy.
I don't know what Martinez was doing there. I don't know what he was doing there.
That's crazy. But
Headless,
I think Ten Hag set us up in the right way this game. And I think the first half speaks to that. But once Palace's manager kind of changes, and makes the subs in the forward line, credit to him. They just looked like they had a lot more energy and were a lot more confident. And that kind of hindered our build-up as well to a degree as well. And it's definitely on the players, this one, in terms of, they could have done more for that first half. But then for me, the second half is definitely on the manager, man. Ten Hag could have kept it how it was or maybe put Mason Mount on. But he had to take Bruno off. Bruno had to come off.
And Eze, look, there was seeing that last one there from Eze.
Chances,
Eze, if he goes across goal into the corner, it's a goal. He literally chooses the wrong corner. Do you feel like we need to keep patient as well, just keep persisting with what we're doing because it's just a matter of time before the goals go in? Or is there bigger changes that need to be made for you to finish off?
We've got a few young forwards, that it's going to take them time to kind of really get good in the Premier League. We've seen Xerxes miss a couple clear-cut chances, but I think, give it some patience. 17 chances already, big chances for Manchester United. It's the highest. I think Aston Villa was second with like 12 or 13. That's positive. That is really positive. It's just we don't have clinical players. I remember in the match review, someone saying, after the first half, I just wish we were more clinical.
Exactly.
And that's literally what I'm hoping for, 10 goals in 2 games against less opposition. I was hoping at least for a 4-1, a 3-1. And we had maybe chances in the game to make it a 2-1 or 2-2. I guess you got to consider Eze's clear cut in the first half and another one in the second half. So got to give it to Palace there for creating those 2 opportunities. But flex, man, we need to give it some more pace. It's not been that many football games. Only 5. Still, the goal difference does look like an issue. Like, where are the goals going to come from? But there's opportunities being created.
Patience.